I feel like you would make a great like ISIS hostage.
I feel like I've had nightmares about like getting kidnapped, and it's always very amicable.
Hello, listeners of the Therapy Gecko podcast and watchers of videos on the internet. We are here today in Washington Square Park because, folks who listen to the podcast know that all I've been talking about is existential dread and going insane. And I actually figured out, guys, get this, I figured out the solution to going insane. And you folks aren't going to believe it, but all you have to do is go outside. It's all you have to do. Go outside, touch some grass. So I'm here. I feel great. I feel amazing. Washington Square Park is one of my favorite places that I have been in my adventures around the planet. There's all kinds of people here, all living their own individual lives, and it's a sunny day out. And I'm gonna chat with some people. So let's do that. This is being a gecko in the park. Can you tell us your name, ma'am?
Yes. Hi, I'm Tabitha.
Tabitha. Nice to meet you, Tabitha.
Nice to meet you, Gecko.
How you doing? How's life?
Good. Beautiful.
Yeah? What brings you to the park today?
I am here with a group that does arts ministry.
What is arts ministry?
Yeah, so it's artists who love Jesus and are committed to loving the people in arts in the city for him, like in his name.
So, you know what's funny is, okay, on the last episode of the podcast, we had another guy who wanted to talk about Jesus, but he was a dick about it. You seem way nicer than he does.
I hope so. Oh my gosh. I hope I'm not a dick about Jesus.
When did you? And I'm open-minded to these things because it's very hard to find direction in life, and it seems like something that gives people a lot of direction in life. So, when did you find Jesus?
Ooh, that's a great question.
Yeah.
I actually found Jesus because my parents dragged me to church as a small child.
Yeah.
Mixed bag. I don't necessarily advocate for dragging your children places against their will.
Really? Okay. I mean, that's a good thing. That's a good thing to advocate against.
You
know? When, like, do you remember early days when you were in church as a child? Were you bored?
Yeah, I fell asleep a lot. My mom is, she's got really soft arms. I love you, Mommy, if you ever see this. And so I would just fall asleep on her arm. Mm-hmm. Our church, I think, was also aware that there were children there consistently because we had crosswords and word searches in the back of the bulletin.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Did anything stuck in your head? Like, were there any sermons that like got into your head that you were like, all right, I'm kind of vibing with this?
Yeah, I think it was more Sunday school.
Yeah.
It was more the time geared towards kiddos where I got to see, oh, Jesus is cool. And like, he doesn't necessarily want me to dress up in things that like choke me on Sunday mornings and go sit and fall asleep in church for 2 hours.
Yeah.
But he does like want to talk to me about stuff.
What do you talk to Jesus about?
Everything. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there any topics off? Have you ever started talking to him and he's like, keep that one to yourself?
No, never. In fact, it's scary to me how much I can just hear him say, yeah, keep going.
Cool.
That's what I want.
Okay. Do you like? And he withholds judgment, right? That's his whole thing.
It's not even that he withholds judgment so much as I feel so clearly his love.
Wow.
I think our best friends, like in the world, aren't people that would let us go like smoke crack on a Saturday afternoon. Hopefully.
So if like. So I know Jesus is non-judgmental, but if you were talking to Jesus, right?
Yeah.
And you were like, I have this deep compulsion, something about the air on this brisk Saturday afternoon is making me want to smoke crack. What would he say? Would he be like, what's a good friend say to that?
Yeah, I think if I could in this moment be Jesus.
Yeah, please.
Lord.
Please be Jesus.
I would say, baby, what's wrong? Do you need help? Do we need to have a conversation? We can go somewhere and eat some food and talk about it.
Yeah.
Crack isn't the answer. Crack is whack, as Whitney
Yeah.
would say.
Yeah.
Though her action, never mind. Let's not talk about Whitney. My bad.
Whitney. Well, oh
Whitney
yeah.
Houston. My bad.
Yeah, she was into crack.
She was.
You ever see? I know this isn't popular, but if you ever see someone on crack and they a little like, okay, here's the thing about crack is, obviously we all know that crack is a long-term bad
Yes,
play.
yeah.
But if you're looking to have a phenomenal if you're gonna have a great life, you stay away from it. But if you're looking to have an awesome 10 minutes,
Yeah.
it looks like it could be fun for those 10 minutes.
So I went to a Christian college. Won't name it. But I literally had a professor who we were talking about, like really old people that would come speak at the college. And there's one guy who passed away like in the last 5 years who was like 98 when he passed.
Whoa.
And like around his 95th birthday that the university was celebrating, this professor was like just in confidence with the students said, you know, if I was his age, you know, I'd wake up and I'd try crack. Because
Okay. Yeah.
You know?
Once you're 98.
Exactly.
Is that you though? So if you turn 98, are you gonna do heroin?
I don't know about trying heroin. I feel like by the time I get to 98, it's almost like a sense of I've seen so much and I've done so many things. Do I really want to try the heroin?
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
the horse will be for me when I turn 93. But ooh, I rhymed.
Maybe the horse will be for me when I turn 93. That sounds like something from like a Bob Dylan song.
Cannot confirm. Cannot confirm.
What? So we talked a little bit before you came on camera. You're not from New York, right?
I'm not.
What do you do? Where are you from, and what are you doing in town?
Yeah, so I'm from San Antonio, Texas.
Cool.
So very much deep south, central. Oh, Texas. Praise God. But I am here with this group, and one of the things that they want to do and encourage other artists to do is be, I would say, salt and light. That's very
Salt
Jesus,
and light.
Bible-centered, Bible dog whistle, if you will.
Yeah.
But be salt and light in their artist community wherever they're from.
And how like logistically
Yeah.
speaking, how does one be salt and light?
Yeah, so I would say it looks like being a safe person to bring hard questions to.
A safe person to bring hard questions to.
Yeah.
I love that. That's great.
And a safe place to grieve
Yeah.
and to mourn.
Yeah.
I was talking to your bosom buddy over there.
Bosom buddy.
Oh my gosh. Very angry doggo. But and we just talked about how you guys have been in the arts community since you were small.
Yeah. Me and Ephraim, shout out Ephraim behind the camera. We've been making movies together since at least 12 years ago, something like that. 12, 13, 15 years ago.
Oh
Yeah,
my
so we've been at it for a while.
So what we were talking about is I asked him if his experience of the arts community, I keep mixing community and ministry, but I'm going to stick to community,
Gotcha.
of arts was positive or negative. Because depending on the vein that you're in and the place that you're in that arts community, it can be really detrimental, really poisonous almost. I'm a musician by trade and training, and musicians can be really harsh and mean.
Yeah.
I think anytime there is a space where you're asked and responsible for bringing a gift that comes from inside of you,
Yeah.
there's such an insecurity.
Yeah.
And some people can turn towards, to be frank, bullying
Yeah.
and putting people down
Yeah.
to make themselves feel worthy
Yeah.
for the gift that they've been given.
Yeah.
And I think my experience with arts ministry in that space has been just communicating you are enough. Like, this gift is beautiful, not because it's better than anybody else's, but because it's a gift.
Let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
What's your opinion? Okay, so you're familiar with the tortured artist trope, right?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people out there who their whole thing is they have made a successful career out of hating themselves into being better. And I've fell victim to that.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people, that's their modus operandi,
That's-
is like, if I keep hating myself and I keep believing I'm not enough,
Oh,
I
Lord.
will, that's going to motivate me, propel me forward.
Yeah.
And like, look, undeniable, you cannot deny.
Yeah, it's
that
almost
has-
part of the hero's journey.
That
yeah.
is part of the hero's journey. It has
Yeah.
resulted in a lot of great art. But you seem as though you seem like a person who comes at these things from a much more positive place.
Yeah.
And how does what do you think about the sort of tortured artist way of doing things, and maybe somebody who's
Yeah.
listening who tries to hate themselves into submission? What would you say to
Yeah.
them about perhaps an alternative path?
Yeah, I would say you're loved and you're beautiful just the way that you are. I would say that is absolutely normal. It is absolutely normal to experience self-deprecating thoughts, to experience the deep and abiding insecurity that, would cause you to hate your own experience because it hurts. You're not crazy. Yeah, you're not so broken that you won't find community. But I would say that from a Jesus perspective, here it goes.
Hit me.
That's not what he wants. That's not why he gave you that gift. He gave you the gift to enjoy and to be enjoyed.
Yeah.
And hopefully you find a community where that is your experience. Even if you don't agree with Jesus as a whole or Christianity, I'll get it.
Sure. Well, here's the funny thing is when you say, because like a lot of these like tenets and values, even if you're an atheist and you don't necessarily believe in like a god or spirituality, you can sub it in as like that is good advice.
Yeah.
Like even if you don't like believe in Jesus, it is good advice to be like, hey, if you have a talent or you have a thing you like doing, it's okay to just enjoy doing it and enjoy the process and not fucking hate yourself.
Yeah.
Because that's whatever your idea of a higher power that exists in the universe wants.
Yeah. Like,
even if you are the higher power.
yeah.
As a
Why would you
crazy
want to
person,
hate yourself? Yeah.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Tabitha, I have one final question for you.
Okay, I'm ready.
What do you think about Bitcoin?
What is it? Where does it go? And will it matter in 20 years?
All great questions that perhaps one day we will find the answers
Yeah.
to. Tabitha, thank you very much for chatting. I appreciate it.
so much.
Have a good rest of the day. Appreciate. Do you want to plug anything? You can plug us something if you want.
Jesus.
Plug Jesus. Where can we follow? Somebody has the Jesus Instagram handle, right? Like, is he?
I have no idea. Is he on it?
Someone
Wow,
write
that
in.
dog is so cute.
That is a cute dog. Sorry for the audio listeners; they can't see this dog. It's
He's precious.
it's covered in
Fluff.
glitter.
Glitter.
It's a good dog.
Golden. But yeah,
Beautiful. Thank you, Tabitha.
thank you.
Oh, here we can fist bump. We can fist bump. Bang bang. Bye, Tabitha.
Bye.
That was a great conversation. It is funny for those who listen on the podcast, because last we had shout out Anthony, who I still believe in. By the way, I know he got a lot of negative comments, but Anthony, if you're watching this, I still believe in you. But it is nice to get some alternative perspectives on the same thing. All right, let's keep talking to folks.
Okay.
What's your name, dog?
It's Eli.
Eli, how you doing? Nice to meet you. What's going on, Eli? What brings you to the park today?
Oof, I don't know, bro. I just been here on a trip, and we just happened to cross by. I don't even think we were supposed to be here. We just happened to come back to regroup with everyone. Like you can see behind the camera and all that.
Oh,
That's
holy
like
fucking
that's
shit!
That's a lot of people, right?
Who? Oh wow! Who are all these people? Who's the for those listening on audio or actually even on video? There's a group of about four. This is not 40. This is about 25 people. Who are these people? Who are these folks?
My friends, people that come to school with me, people that I spend a lot of time with and all that.
That's right.
And my teachers.
Oh, your teacher. What like level of school is this?
Like 10th grade is like a charter school, right? Yeah, charter school.
Oh, okay.
Where and
Cool. So you're in 10th grade.
Yeah.
Okay. How's 10th grade? What's going on in the high school universe?
Pretty chill. You just gotta worry about your grades and all that, but other than that, it's cool. It's cool.
Do you have aspirations for the future?
What's an aspiration?
An aspiration is like something you want to do.
Like hopefully go to college and all that. You know.
Cool.
Study for what I want to be in. Maybe like finances or like things like that.
Nice. Do you want to make a lot of money later?
Oh yeah.
Do you have like a thing you want to buy more than anything else?
Oh, like a BMW.
You really want to buy a BMW?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What about what would you do if you had like $10 million? What would your life look like?
First, I'd probably help all my people out. I'm gonna be for real with you.
Nice.
And then like after that, obviously there's gonna be something left, so I'm gonna worry about myself and just like preserve the rest of the money and
Cool.
how to like stay with the money, like more of it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a question. You
What's up?
you have a piece of paper in your hands.
Oh yeah.
Can I see what this piece of paper is?
Oh yeah.
All right, I'm gonna
That
read
guy
it.
that's in the back
Oh, you
over
took.
there.
Oh, okay. This isn't.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
Wanted for good behavior.
Yeah, I'm like the third one right there.
Oh, this is. Oh wait, you're in this.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Oh, this is a picture. Why? Okay, it says Washington Square, wanted for good behavior.
Yeah.
Is that so? That's you. You're wanted for good behavior.
Yeah.
How did you? Here you go. How did you get to become wanted for good behavior? What kind of good behavior have you been?
I don't know.
up
I
to?
just try to be nicer to like everyone around me whenever they talk to me and all that.
That's cool.
You know, positive energy. It needs to be spreaded a lot.
Does anyone ever push your buttons? Has that what does someone have to do to really get to you?
Oh, annoy me, bug me, step on my shoes. I don't like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's see.
Yeah.
I guess. I'm curious. All right, so all these people here.
Yeah.
Why? It's like noon, right?
Yeah.
Why aren't you guys in class?
Oh, this is a school field trip. Like that they took us here off
Okay.
like an educational thing, like a field lesson.
Do I have to give you a permission slip to be on here?
Do they have to?
All right, well, I don't have that, so we're just
damn.
gonna have to.
I was too late for that. I mean, but it's pretty cool. It's like the second one I've really been on because we did one last year.
Where'd you go? You go to the science center?
It was like in 8th grade. We went to like Houston, then San Antonio. It was
Cool.
pretty cool. To like
Cool.
the zoo and all that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Are you one of those people? This is my final question for you. Are you one of those folks? You're like, yeah, I'm vibing with high school. Life's great. Or are you like, I can't wait to get out of here and be like a real person?
Really, it switches. Like it depends on what kind of mood I'm in. Like
Yeah.
sometimes I just like where I'm at right now, and then sometimes I just like worry about the future ahead. You feel me? And like I just want to get to the money really fast. You know, to me that's like one of the more important things in my life.
Let's get money.
Yeah.
Are you into crypto?
Nah.
You're not into Bitcoin?
Or not, I am, but
Solana?
like I don't know how to do none of that. So like I'm not gonna do something I don't know.
You know what? I think based on what you just said, you have a strong financial future ahead of you.
Yeah. So like, but do you like live here in New York or what's
Me?
up?
Yeah, I live here. Sometimes I'm here. Sometimes I'm in various deserts, forests, and cold mountain slopes.
So you travel a lot.
Yeah, I've traveled a fair amount,
like
I guess.
It's like, so it's like this everywhere you go.
What do you mean like this?
Or like you just set up the chairs and you like bow. Or you
Yeah,
put
set up chairs, chat with people,
down.
hang out. It's just nice to. I swear on my life, I'm just doing. I don't know why I need to do so much to just like. I'm mainly just doing this to get out of the house.
But like, why you got like strict rules in your house or like what's up?
Strict rules in the house?
Yeah, like-
no. It's just if I'm in the house for too long, I start to melt. You know, I
Yeah.
start to spiral. Think about crazy shit. Dude, yesterday I was just thinking. I was in my house for too long. I started wondering whether or not my dad was real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I be thinking about crazy stuff. I kind of have that problem too. You need like do something with yourself. You feel me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
or else you start questioning reality. But listen, I want you to know, right now I'm at least 78% sure that this is all real right now, and that's pretty good. And I appreciate you sitting down and chat with me. What's your name one more time?
It's Eli.
Eli.
Yeah.
Eli, is there anything else you want to say to the people at the computer before we go?
It's gonna be on TikTok and all that.
Maybe, I don't know. I might not do it. I might never post this. No, I'm probably gonna post it as a podcast and stuff. Why you trying to shout yourself out or something?
Nah, I just want to be on TikTok so like people could see me. That'll be cool.
You been on YouTube? Yeah.
YouTube's cool too. Yeah, I like
YouTube's
that.
Cool. YouTube's cool.
All right.
All right, take care, Eli. Bye bye. How's it
Gecko.
going? Hey,
Good,
what's
and
up?
yourself?
What's your name?
Trinity.
Trinity.
Trinity Rain.
That's a
yeah.
wonderful name. Trinity
you.
Rain.
Yeah.
What's up, Trinity Rain? What Trinity Rain? I got a question for you.
Okay.
What's been the most persistent thought on your mind lately? What have you been thinking about?
If there's life on other planets,
Yeah.
and if they're aware of us, or if it mimics what we do in our daily lives, or if they're just aliens and I don't know, they don't care.
Have you come to any hypotheses, conclusions on this?
I do believe that there's life on other planets, but I don't know if they're aware of us and
Yeah.
they just think we're so minimalistic they don't care to interact, or if they also aren't aware and don't have the means of reaching out to us.
I was reading an article once, and it said something that kind of blew my mind. It was like, even if there is like life, like
Yeah.
consciousness is like a spectrum,
Uh-huh.
and so we aren't like the final most conscious beings on Earth, but we're on a spectrum, which
Yeah.
means that like we're more conscious than a chicken, right? But there almost inevitably exists something that's more conscious
Further
than us.
Yes.
But we can't understand them any more than like a chicken can understand the context of our world. Isn't that crazy?
It is very crazy.
Yeah.
What do you believe? Are you an atheist?
I don't know if I like. I don't know. I think I was like, yeah, we're just all going in the ground and whatever. There's
yeah.
too much that I've accepted. There's too much that I don't know to
Make a claim.
make a claim of any kind. So
Valid.
I'm just gonna be a gecko and run around. I'm just gonna try to do my best on this whatever I'm experiencing right now. But I was thinking, I was like, we just go in the ground and that's it.
Yeah.
But consciousness is a trip.
It is.
And I wouldn't be surprised if there was something more to it. But there's also, I was dead for most of life, and I'll be dead for most of eternity. But maybe, the whole like, I'm going on such a rant right now. But the whole like energy can't be created nor destroyed. So like, I don't know, maybe I'll be like one of the trees at the Rainforest Cafe that talks. You know the one I'm talking about with the eyes?
I think you're thinking too small. I think there's maybe a whole other planet filled with geckos who are waiting for you to come back home. And that's where you departed from.
Oh, man.
Because I questioned what made you want to be a gecko in the first place.
Well, today what made me want to be a gecko was to have fun, get out of the house, and chat with folks, and feel grounded.
Okay. Is that what you want your legacy to be, essentially? You just...
I'm not obsessed with legacy because legacy is like, no one cares, really.
Facts.
About anyone or anything. Even people who have legacy. Like Abraham, how many times a year do you think about Abraham Lincoln?
I had a 7th grade teacher who made me memorize like 400 years ago the Gettysburg Address.
The Gettysburg Address.
And I had to perform it in front of the class.
So but since
But
then.
that's subjective.
Since then, how many times a day do you think about Abraham Lincoln?
0.
0. No one really gives a shit about him.
That's very true.
Everyone knows who he is vaguely, but nobody really. So his legacy didn't. I'm not gonna say Abraham Lincoln didn't matter. He did some stuff, but like, you can't be thinking too much about how people are gonna think about you when you're gone, because ultimately nobody's really thinking about you at all ever, even if you're Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah. What are you gonna do? You're gone.
You're gone.
Yeah, that makes sense.
What do you do here in New York?
I'm studying film and television. I go to NYU.
I studied film and television.
Really? Film major?
Yeah.
Okay, nice,
Yeah.
nice.
Are you, not to put a damper on anything, but are you afraid of graduation?
I guess so. In a sense, yes. But I'd rather do what I love, than succumb to a job that I hate clocking into every day. Because I feel like I would just end my shit. So I'd rather be happy while I'm struggling than...
What do you want to do? What's your dream film thing?
Writing, directing, character-driven dramas, things like that. But I really like studying people, characters, things like that. I feel like life imitates art,
Very cool.
You and yourself are a character, And I have a question for you, because I see you on TikTok. Do you not break out from getting the green face paint all the time?
No, I break out from eating shitty. I break out from having McDonald's every day. I don't break. The makeup is... There's a lot of variables as to why I might have acne, and I'm going to say that the makeup is
not part of it.
Not part of it. Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah,
good to know. I appreciate that.
What's it like being at NYU? Is there how's the community? How's the film scene?
It's pretty cool. I'm very grateful to even be there, especially because like I have a scholarship, but that does make me feel like certain people I can't mesh with because they're in a completely different tax bracket than me. So I just like sitting back and observing sometimes, you know?
Do they make you because all right, I went to film school and I had a professor at film school who was I think he was about 98 years old.
Damn.
And
He's still around.
He was like, okay, everyone watch we're going to watch Birth of a Nation by something Griffith, I think.
Okay.
And we're all sitting there like, what the fuck are we paying tens of thousands of dollars? Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
And is it still like that? Is it still like everyone's like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, certain times. I remember vividly last semester we watched like a 3-hour film in a foreign language with no subtitles.
Yeah.
And we were supposed to focus on the camera work, but I just had this moment of like, what am I watching? Why am I here? You know, would I be better somewhere else? But, you know, that feeling subsides.
Are you from New York?
Would you guess that? What vibe do I give? Regionally.
I'm gonna guess I wouldn't be surprised if you. Oh wait, you're wearing an NFL hat of some kind. Is that the Broncos?
Yes, ding ding ding.
Oh, okay, great. I don't know.
Denver, Colorado.
You're from Denver. Denver rocks, man.
You think
Denver's
so?
a good time. Yeah.
You ever been?
Yeah, I've pretty much been to Denver like 4 or 5 times.
Really? What brings you there?
I've done like some shows there. I've gone there just to hang out. I've probably talked about this on the podcast before, but the first time I went to Denver, I stayed at the most awesome Airbnb of all time. It was called Hostel Kush.
Okay.
And it's like if the guy who sold you weed in high school turned his house into a hotel.
Nice.
And you're just like in a basement with a bunch of people like smoking blunts inside.
Nice.
It's pretty awesome.
Very Denver-ish.
Yeah, shout out Hostel Kush. I don't know if they're still around, but do you miss Denver? No,
I miss the mountains, but I feel like I like New York a lot better. There's more for me here, I would say, but that's subjective.
There's less isolation, I suppose.
Yeah, there's more community here, I would say.
That's cool. You're making friends in college?
Yeah, I'm trying to, I would say. Yes, and succeeding.
Have you made any enemies?
Maybe. I don't know if they would call me their enemy, but there are some people who I'm like, okay, you were raised very differently than I was.
Okay, but have you felt the presence of any shade? Have you felt as though
I felt the presence of shade?
Yeah.
Yes, I have. But I just don't
look, we're not naming names. We're not getting specific. But what is it that makes you feel shade?
I feel like people see me and they might assume that I'm less competent than them because I'm in a different tax bracket or because I'm a girl or because, I'm black. And I feel like, I don't know, I don't want to think too much into it, so I try not to read into it.
Sure.
But I do feel like some people like mansplain certain things to me and they're like, well, yeah, The Matrix was a movie centered around, and I'm like, my name is Trinity. Like, I've seen The Matrix before. Like, you don't have
why
to.
does all a Western name being Trinity mean? I've never seen The Matrix, by the way.
Yeah.
Is there a character in it named Trinity? Oh, okay.
So a lot of film bros associate my name with The Matrix, and then they try to mansplain certain things to me, but I don't know. I don't take that as necessarily offensive.
What's going on with the film bros? Like, who are the film bros these days?
What's going on with the film bros? That's a great question that I might not have the answer
What's
to.
their movie? Because I was a film bro. I had a big poster of Pulp Fiction in my dorm room.
So your descendants are still active today.
Okay, and are we still worshiping Pulp Fiction?
Quentin
Is
Tarantino.
the poster still around?
Yes,
Have you
is.
been in a dorm room and seen Pulp Fiction posters?
I have.
That
multiple
makes me
times.
as happy as it makes me sad.
Really? You're a big Pulp Fiction fan.
I haven't seen it in a long time, but it was kind of fun to have it be like my identity for a little bit.
Yeah, I could see that. But Pulp Fiction, American Psycho, Fight Club, those are the top 3 film bro fanatic.
Do you fuck with those movies?
I mean, they're not bad, but I don't worship them. I don't have them printed out on every side of my dorm room to say.
Do you have a movie or a thing printed out on every side of your dorm room?
No, but I do like Sean Baker, The Florida Project, Honora. I like that sort of genre of filmmaking.
Cool.
But cool.
Yeah. All right, final thing.
Final answer.
Do you have a movie in the works? If people, you had 2 names, Trinity Rain. So if people are this is the first appearance of the to be famous film director Trinity Rain.
Thank you.
What What's the idea that people can be excited to see on the screen from you soon?
Well, I write and direct. I really like, character-driven dramas, and I'm just casting people all over from New York. You don't have to act. I love people who actually emit the character that I'm writing. So sometimes I might make a film and write a certain character into it. But, am I okay to plug my Instagram?
Yeah, go ahead, plug away. Go crazy.
Okay. Trin2, like the number 2, Cosmic. Trin2 Cosmic on Instagram. If you care, my page is not as cool as the real Gecko.
You gotta get, and hold on, I'm about to give really hypocritical advice.
Okay, I'm listening.
But you gotta get a less fucked up username because once you start having to be like, it's Trinity with there's a period here and there's a 2 and there's an underscore. Mine is Lyle I always have to go. It's Lyle forever, but the 4 is a 4.
Yeah.
But
throws them off a little bit.
Yeah, is Trinity Grace taken? Trinity. I don't know why I keep saying Trinity
Rain. I was
Trinity
actually
Rain
looking
taken.
at that today. Every variation is taken. There's one girl who has Trinity Rain, but she hasn't been active in like 5-10 years.
Yeah.
So I wanted to find her business email and be like, I will cash app you just for the rights to that username.
Yeah.
But she's gone. She's a ghost.
Hey, what about Rain Wilson?
Rain Wilson? Where does the Wilson come from?
From The Office.
Maybe. But is that imposter? Like, am I impersonating? Would you think? Because that's not me. I'm not Wilson. What do you think? My last question for you. What do you think my username should be?
What do I think your username should be?
Yes.
Trinity Rain Wilson.
Okay.
I bet that's not taken. I bet that's
isn't.
not taken. I bet Trinity Rain Wilson is not. All right, so you can follow her on Trinity, but with 2s instead of the entities.
Yes.
And if she's not there, maybe she changed it to Trinity Rain Wilson.
I don't know. I'll let you know.
Trinity Rain, thank you very much. Bye, Trinity Rain. Of course. Have a seat. Hello, sir. Have a seat. Have a seat.
All right.
What is your name?
My name is Sava.
Sava.
Yeah.
What's the origin of that?
It's from Serbia. I'm from Serbia.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Were you born there?
No, I was born in Florida.
Okay.
But my parents are Serbian.
Oh, Sava, can you do me a favor? Hold it like a little bit closer.
All right.
Yeah, there we go.
And then I moved to Serbia when I was 9 years old.
What's life like in Serbia?
It's really good. It's actually very peaceful. Right now we're having some problems with corruption. There's a lot of protests going on.
Okay.
But usually it's very nice, actually.
So I guess I'm curious about this, not to get into a bunch of shit, but I am curious. Coming from a place that is having like its own issues with like corruption and the government and like protests and stuff, do you look at America like that's nothing, or do you look at America like, oh, you guys, I see what's up, some shit's going down?
Yeah, I think there's shit going down here. I think the difference is here they do it somehow like legally. Let's say, for example, lobbying.
Yeah.
It's like, a corporation sponsors a politician to push their agenda.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas there it's like, a guy pays the guy under the table so he can illegally construct a building or something like that.
So we're doing the same thing that's going on in Serbia, but we've created a system where it's legal.
In a way, yeah, I would say that, yeah.
What brought you here to the States?
I came here for modeling and acting. So
modeling and
I did.
acting?
Yes, sir.
Okay. That's pretty cool. How's the modeling industry?
It's good. The modeling industry, it's interesting. Yeah, I guess it varies from different perspectives. I would say that I didn't really like... If I could put it in 2 ways, there's the guy who wanted to be, or girl who wanted to be a model, and then so they take it very serious. And then there's also the ones that got stopped on the street and kind of got into it, and then they don't take it as serious.
And which one is you?
The second one.
The second one? Okay, so the one that doesn't take it as serious.
Yeah.
I feel like you can see in the face. Like you can see in the face of the model who's the most serious. Because if someone's doing like a real serious model face, like they're posing for Vogue or whatever.
Yeah.
But like if someone like I was in Target and the people wearing those clothes, they're just laughing. They're just you can tell they're having a good time.
Yeah.
I know it's posed that way, but I do still
course.
believe that
Yeah.
they just were having a good time when they were smiling and laughing.
Yeah,
Wearing
Actually,
the Minecraft
Target
shirts.
pays probably much higher than those high fashion brands pay.
Really?
Surprisingly, yeah.
What kind of what kind of like clients have you modeled for?
I've modeled for a few. I'd say the one that I take the most pride in would be Polo, Ralph Lauren.
You've modeled for Polo?
Yeah.
Did they give you free shit?
Everybody asks that. No, free underwear because I came in boxers and they were like, you can't be wearing random boxers.
Okay.
So they give you like, polo underwear. But the people who do work for them get a 50% discount. But I technically am like a freelance, so I technically don't.
So what's your Hinge look like? Does it crash your phone every time you open it?
Actually, I haven't had Hinge in a long time. I'm gonna show you something. I think you'll like this.
Okay, please.
This is my phone.
Oh, you have a clam
For
those on audio. This guy is a bedazzled flip phone. Wow,
sir.
holy shit! That's what you've been rocking with?
That's what I've been.
How long have you been
with.
rocking with the bedazzled flip phone?
I think it's about 4 months now. I don't want to, say I don't have. I do have an Android phone at home.
Okay.
When I need to use Instagram and stuff like that, I still have it. But this is what I carry around for my everyday use.
Wow.
And yeah.
And
it's a
so,
good phone.
what made you decide to downgrade or get a second phone?
I think the main thing was actually a little bit of nostalgia, because when I was younger in Serbia, I had a Nokia, and I also bedazzled it, and I just kind of missed that era of when I was a kid and I didn't really care about those certain things.
Yeah.
And so I decided to go back to it. This one, though, it has touchscreen, it has Google Maps, WhatsApp, and email, so I can still get my work done without having to use a smartphone.
So that one has Google Maps.
It does. It's touchscreen.
That seems so annoying to use Google Maps.
Yeah,
on that thing.
it's
do you,
not
How do you
easy.
type on it? Is it like you actually have to hit like 1, 2, 3?
You can do 1, 2, 3, but it's touchscreen as well. So
Okay.
you can do like the little keypad on the touchscreen.
But no Instagram, no Reddit, no
Instagram,
porn.
No Reddit. Well, you could probably watch porn on it, but it has
Okay.
Google. But
Very
I
cool.
personally don't watch porn on my flip phone.
Good for you. Now, how do you feel? Because a lot of people, they have the fear, myself included, of like, okay, if I'm not carrying around my phone with me at all times, how am I going to be connected to the world?
Yeah.
How do you? But okay, so you have a skateboard, right?
Yeah.
So you're a skater.
Yes, sir.
Is the skate world just like, if I show up to this physical location, I know that there will be friends and people I know there?
That is kind of exactly what it's
That's the coolest thing
what
ever.
it's like. Shout out to skateboarding, because wherever I've traveled in the world, if I brought my skateboard with me, I was able to meet a local person. I was able to be introduced to the culture, to the cool spots. And I think if I didn't have a skateboard, it would be harder to integrate into certain places when I visited them. So
That's what you need. Everyone needs their metaphorical skateboard.
Yep.
That
100%.
can kind of connect you wherever you go.
Yeah.
Because whatever your like hobby is, it's cool because most hobbies are kind of represented around the world, whether it's like fucking kickball or whatever, and you kind of find your way to pick your spots in it.
Exactly.
How long you been skating for?
About 8 years.
How have you ever gotten fucked up?
I've gotten fucked up. Thank God I haven't broken anything. But yeah, every single time I go out, I get a little fucked up. The worst thing so far I've got fucked up is my back.
Yeah.
It's still a little bit fucked up now. But yeah, only like twisted ankles where I'm out for like 2 months and stuff like that. But surprisingly, it's kind of nice. When you fall, it's hard to explain it, but sometimes you're just so full of shit and you go out on your skateboard and it beats you up and it kind of puts you back in your place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Have you had that part where you're like, everyone watch this, I'm gonna do a backflip, and your skateboard's like, nope.
Yeah. Usually it's when I see a group of cute girls, for example, and then it's I won't even try anything crazy, but karma or whatever you want to call it just kicks in, and then you just spill right in front of them and kind of get a little embarrassed and put in your place. Yeah.
How's your dating life in New York?
Yeah, it's not that good.
No?
It's
Are you on going on dates or anything?
Yeah, I've been on actually I was supposed to go on a date 2 days ago.
Okay.
It was a very nice date. We planned to go to the botanical gardens.
Wow.
Which are beautiful. I met the girl here in Washington Square Park.
Cool.
And last minute, she did this weird thing. She sent me a message. She said, "Let's play a game with the universe." Are you ready for this? Play a game with the universe. We're not going to go on the date tomorrow, but if we see each other again in the streets, then it's meant to be. And I I tried to take it like she was trying to be cool, but then somebody told me no, she just didn't know how to like say no, so she used that excuse. I don't know which one it is.
That's an awesome line.
Yeah.
Let's play a game
yeah.
with the universe. If we see each other again, it's meant to be.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but she's gonna get fucked because what if she sees you again?
Yeah, I know.
Let's play another game with the universe.
Well,
if we see each other a third time.
Yeah, and I'm wearing a pink hat.
And I happen to be wearing a pink hat.
Then it's meant to be.
Yeah.
I don't know, but then my friend, he told me, he said you should value yourself and not really let it get to you. And then he came last minute. He clocked out of his job. Shout out Rafa. He clocked out of his job and came with me to the botanical gardens, so I didn't go alone because I bought the tickets and everything. So it was,
wow.
Yeah.
You got, dude. Is Raf?
He's a skater. Yeah.
Skater. Skate community seems like it looks out for each other.
We do. We try to. You know. I mean, as in every community, sometimes you get a douchebag here and there, but mostly we're cool guys who kind of it's nice. It's nice.
So I'll ask you a couple more questions before we get out of here.
All
Right. What's your dream in life, sir? What do you want to do with yourself?
Well, actually, I was listening to The Last Girl. I also want to do writing and make a movie is kind of my dream. Let's just say make one movie.
One movie.
Yeah.
They're actually. Are you familiar with the movie A Serbian Film?
Oh my God. No. Don't ever watch that. Don't ever watch that movie. Yeah, but I mean, yeah.
You can make a Serbian film too, and it's just people hugging for an hour and a half.
That's a really good idea, actually, because if you can imagine the opposite of people hugging for an hour and a half, that's kind of a good way to explain.
Not quite the opposite of people hugging for an hour and a half. Well,
in the worst type of a way.
Yeah. Bad hugs.
Not a good movie at all. But yeah.
Nice, man. Well, let's see. Ephraim, how long have we been going for? 42. Okay.
You got a time limit on this?
No, I'm trying to get to an hour, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I feel like I have more things I want to ask you.
How about mom against marijuana?
Oh, yeah. I'm a mom against marijuana. Are you a weed guy?
I smoke weed. Lately, I haven't been smoking as much because, and this is a shared experience with a lot of people that I've heard, is at one point it stopped making them feel giggly and happy, and it started making them feel like paranoid and anxious.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, you haven't gotten there yet?
No, I did get there, which is
okay.
why I took it down a little bit.
Yeah.
But for example, when it comes to things like writing, I feel like it helps me sometimes.
Really?
So I'm more of a, when I get home and I'm alone, I'll smoke a spliff.
And it helps you?
Yeah, sometimes.
That's really cool. When I was in high school and college, and still a little bit now, I had, because you see like Seth Rogen and like Snoop Dogg and Kevin Smith and all these guys who, and you have this thought in your head that's so dumb where you're like, I'm going to get high and then I will and then because I got high, I will magically effortlessly create something awesome.
Yeah.
And then you realize it doesn't.
It doesn't. Yeah, and then
you get high, and you just get anxious and go to sleep.
Yeah. Or it's up there somewhere, but you can't write it out because you're just so high. It's just like
Yeah.
But it definitely
some people
helps.
It works.
It works for me. It's more of a like to get the idea. Where then when I actually want to get down and write, it's more like in the morning, drink a coffee and write it. But for the idea, I like to get high.
You ever get high and model, or are you like, why are my thumbs doing this?
Lately, no. When I was younger, I would. When I first got into it, I would smoke like on the lunch break. I'd smoke a little spliff. But then again, it didn't hit me like that. Then it would just be like I would just kind of be there. It wasn't that bad. Now I feel like if I were to get high at a job, I would definitely be like, does this guy know I'm high? Am I doing something wrong? You know what I mean? I'd be way up in my head, and it wouldn't be good at all.
Where can the people find you? Do you want the people to find you?
Yeah, I guess you can find me. My name is Sava, S-A-V-A. My last name is kind of hard. Suvacharov, S-U-V-A-C-A-R-O-V, and that's my Instagram, my modeling Instagram. But yeah, I mean, if you want to find me, you can. But I'm trying to actually do a transition to writing and acting. So if you need an actor, you can find me. If you need a model, maybe you can find someone else.
Cool. Well, what's your name?
Sava.
Sava.
So what's your name?
I'm Lyle.
Lyle. All right. Oh yeah, you said it when you said the your Instagram name.
Oh, that's okay. You just said your name and I asked you. Okay. I have pretty bad short-term memory.
You think it's from smoking weed?
Probably.
Probably. Yeah. You ever did mushrooms before?
Yeah, but I'm trying to be just a coffee guy now.
Really?
Yeah, coffee and Reese's cups.
Reese's cup.
Yeah, but that's it for me.
Yeah, that's good.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you,
Sava.
Gecko, man.
Have
Thank you
a
so
good
much.
rest of your entire life, brother.
You too.
See you, Sava. Let's see. Who wants to talk? Come sit down. Here, have a seat. The people couldn't hear it, but she just said, "Oh my God, this is so fancy."
I mean, I wasn't expecting like a whole setup. So.
This is not. If this is your I gotta say, if this is your like what's the word? Barometer for fancy? Then you're gonna have an awesome life. You're easy
You know
to
what?
make happy. It would seem.
I appreciate that. That means a
What's
lot.
your name?
I'm Hannah.
Hannah. Lyle.
Lyle.
Nice to meet you. What's the worst thing in the world right now? Do you think?
Worst
What's horrible? What's horrible?
I don't want to actually talk about it.
Okay. All right.
but-
All right.
Probably politics right now.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's going on with you, Hannah?
I have a lot of midterms this week, so I'm drowning in work.
Yeah.
But-
You don't have to do it.
What? Hit midterms?
Yeah.
I mean, you're right. I don't have to do anything.
Dude, you don't have to do. You don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
You can just let. You know what I've always wondered
What?
is like, all right, you see, like that spot over there. About like how sometimes I'll do that. I'll be like, how long could I just stand there before I'm physically removed? And then where are they gonna physically? How like if you decide to stiffen up, right? Like eventually the police will come to move you or whatever.
Okay.
But then wherever they move you, what if you just stiffen up there? Like how long can you actually literally not do anything? I guess eventually you starve to death, but
I guess so, but I guess that's what I'm kind of trying right now here, sitting with you instead of studying. So
what do you study?
economics.
Okay. Are we fucked? Like from a textbook analysis? Because I've never read an economics textbook.
Maybe in the like next decade, I'd say. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a sophomore. I don't know anything.
Okay, you think we're
So
fucked for the next decade, but
maybe.
after
We'll
that
see.
we'll be okay.
We'll see.
survive.
You know, I'll keep a poll, and I'll keep track of what's going on. So
You
then
into
I'll let
tariffs?
you
Should
know.
we do tariffs?
Oh, I heard that's a political tactic for. Do you listen to the Daily?
No.
You should listen to the Daily.
It's a political tactic.
yeah. For,
Okay, so he's got a strategy in mind.
it's like I mean it's like economics. but
Wait,
it's
so,
also,
all right, so
like,
he's not
strategic.
he's not just doing random shit. You think he's got like a plan?
Well, wait, I'm not sure. But I listened to a good daily podcast about it. You
Okay.
should- yeah. New
That's
York
cool. We
Times.
can just repeat what was going on that podcast on
No,
this podcast.
because I'm gonna spread misinformation. So.
That's okay. Look, this is
I
the
would-
perfect podcast to spread misinformation on because
Oh.
anyone who takes any information from this show and then goes out and it's like, I learned what tariffs are from the Talking Gecko show.
No,
It's like,
I
all
don't
right,
know
well,
what
you
I'm talking
fucked
about.
yourself anyway.
I really don't. I don't want to be the one to give the false information.
What do you do with your time away from economics?
You know, I actually came out here to journal. I've
Yeah?
been doing that. Yeah.
You've been journaling a lot?
Like I just started, and I'm getting into like Pilates, which
Okay.
is like everyone's doing that, I guess.
What do you plan to journal about today?
Probably how stressed I am about my tests coming up.
Okay.
But this is a good outlet too, I guess.
Okay.
Good alternative.
Okay. What I'm also an avid journaler. I've been journaling for like 8 years. I got like 8 years of journals.
Oh, that's
And here's the problem with journals. Is that journals call you out in a very specific way. Because what's gonna is if you journal long enough, something very scary happens. Okay? So it's a double-edged sword.
what?
It's a double-edged sword. Because you'll read a journal from 5 years ago.
Okay.
And and it's a double-edged sword. You'll be like, oh, this thing that I was like you were stressed out about midterms, right?
Yeah.
And then 5 years later, you're like, I was stressed out about midterms. My problems are way worse now. You know what I mean? I can't even believe that this thing. But then that's kind of good because now you understand the pattern of like whatever I'm stressed out about now, 5 years from then, I won't even give a shit about.
Right.
But here's where it's bad is you'll be like, okay, 5 years ago, you'll say to yourself, like, I want to change these things about my life.
Right.
And if it'll call you out because you'll be like, you'll look back and be like, oh, crap, I still have these issues from 5 years ago. Some of them linger, but some of them will change and go away.
Right.
But it's good to have some documentation of what was bothering you or what you wanted at some point in your life and then compare it to your life now.
I also think I think overall it's a positive thing though.
It's a positive
it's very
thing.
Positive.
It's good.
And like when you look back on it, it's like, oh, it gives you more ease because you'll know that like whatever you're going through later, like, oh, this is not going to be as significant to me the next year or something.
Right.
So, I don't know. I have to try it out, and I'll wait 5 years and see if that works. But
yeah.
I don't know. Nothing has happened yet. So, I'll try. I'll try today to journal. But, yeah.
All right, so are tariffs good or bad? This is going to be on the test.
Can I give a no answer, please?
Can you give a no answer?
Yeah.
Okay, you plead the fifth?
I'm afraid I'm going to say something wrong. Yeah.
I guess, yeah, I could say the tariffs are good or tariffs are bad, but there's plausible deniability.
Yeah.
Because I guess there's plausible deniability because nothing's real or matters.
Wow. Well, I think that for me, at least, like when I go on social media and I see like a lot of things spread, and in my classes and stuff, we all learn about how like, oh, you shouldn't listen to these podcasts and you shouldn't read this on the news and you shouldn't do this. So like, it makes it like really scary to like say what you want to say because then it's like, I don't want to contribute to someone else thinking something wrong because of my misconception of something I don't really know about.
But I think isn't that like life? Isn't that how we come to a consent? Everyone just says stuff and we kind of vote on what reality is.
I guess
reality is kind of a vote, right? Like you can
also
say
facts. Like I feel like you have to do like some sort of like research or like fact checking before you.
Well, facts are a vote in a sense, right? Like okay, it's a fact. I'm pretty sure I just ranted about this on the last podcast I put out, but I'm gonna do it again. Like the sky is blue, right?
Okay.
But how did that become a fact? It was kind of democratically decided and then grandfathered into everyone's minds.
I guess
through brainwashing.
Oh.
That the sky is blue.
Okay, but then that causes some loophole because then you're like, okay, it's blue. What is blue? Who decided blue is blue?
Who decided blue was blue?
What about like the color, like the word, the phonetic, whatever pronunciation of blue?
Yeah.
Like who said that?
And I could sit here. Oh yeah, I was arguing with a guy about truth, and I could sit here and I could say the sky is green, and I have a vote.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah,
that is my vote.
Okay.
It's not my vote. I'll go ahead and concede. Or actually, I'll abstain. I don't really give a fuck what color the sky is.
Okay.
But if my vote is that the sky is green, that's still my vote. I'm vastly outvoted by textbooks, by society, by the common consensus, but I still get a vote. It's still a democratic process.
I guess you're right.
My vote just doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things.
Right. It's not. It's just gonna be. No one's gonna agree with you.
Right. No one's gonna agree with me, but I still get my vote in my own reality.
Yeah, I guess
because
you can
reality is, I guess, the sum total of everyone's subjective idea of it, sort of, right?
Yeah. I mean, you're right. But then that's like, if you think like that, then it's like, okay, so what's a fact and what's not a fact, and is fact the real truth?
You shouldn't think about it too much. You should just kind of. Dude, yesterday, this doesn't mean anything, but I had to say it. Yesterday I went to Target.
Okay.
And I asked the guy at the store if he knew where something was.
Okay.
And I was like, I am so deeply entrenched in reality right now, and it feels awesome. So you should do stuff like that instead of wondering what color the sky is.
Sorry, how did that relate to the color of the sky?
Because it's like you could sit around questioning reality
Okay.
and wondering what color the sky is, or you can go to a store and ask someone where bottled water is, and then go home and do dishes, and then call your friend and tell them about a television show that you saw, and you can just accept. Just like deep acceptance of whatever life is, and without thinking about it, you'll have a way better time. I guess that's what I'm saying.
I agree with that. I feel like I would do that.
What's your name again? Hannah?
Hannah.
Hannah, is there anything else you want to say to the people of the computer before we go?
No, I just want to ask you how you got into this.
Today I got into this by just
by putting on the suit.
Yeah, by putting on the suit.
Okay,
and coming out here and
got it.
setting up microphones and stuff.
Nice.
Thanks for talking to a Gecko, Hannah.
Thanks. Oh, thanks.
See you around the universe.
Thank you.
Bye, Hannah. Hi, what is your name?
My name is Scott.
Scott. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
You're you look very clean.
Thank you. Yeah, I try to, try to dress nice.
How often do you do laundry?
I do laundry like, I guess like once every 6 days probably.
You do laundry once every 6 days?
Yeah, well, it's like I just have the one hamper, and it's like once it gets like reasonably full, I'll just throw the laundry in, just do it like one load at a time.
God, I was just talking about being in reality and not wondering what color the sky was, and doing laundry 6 days a week is deep in reality, and I have so much respect for that, and that's awesome. And I think you're
I'm doing
a great
my
person.
best. I think I disagree. Listening in on your take about facts, I think I disagree with your take about facts.
And you know what? That's
democracy.
your vote is to disagree.
Well,
this is why you can't disagree, because your disagreement is a vote.
Well, I think
I agree with my vote. Okay, go ahead. What's your name again?
My name is Scott.
Scott. Okay.
I think there's a difference between facts that like have like a foundation in human experience.
Yeah.
There can be like a disagreement on like how often is and I guess that's even getting into opinion, but like if you're asking like, the fact of like, will styrofoam dissolve in like a certain acid?
Yeah.
You can vote no, but your vote isn't going to change the styrofoam. You can sit there and watch it and say
but
no.
But what is styrofoam?
Well, I mean, I guess, you can get into you can be pedantic about what counts as styrofoam.
Yeah,
but if we can agree on like a constraint of like what the chemical compound of styrofoam is, and like a particular acid.
So this is hilarious that we're gonna I don't whatever. I'm having fun I'm having fun being an insane person right now. Sure. What? Okay, so yes, you're correct. It doesn't change the reality that styrofoam does dissolve in acid. But what if everyone just said it didn't?
Well,
then it's like a tree falls in a forest, no one's around to hear it. Does the tree still fall?
Yeah, and I mean, everybody can say that, but that still won't change. Like, I think there is like an objective reality outside of us where like, even if everybody says that it won't, when they drop the styrofoam cup in, it's still going to disappear.
I still vote that it won't. I still believe that ignorance is a powerful serum.
Yeah.
That you can really. You know what? All right, you're right.
Well, and the struggle.
You're right. You know what you're doing right now is you're lobbying. You're not lobbying. I'm sorry, that's the wrong way. You're campaigning.
Campaigning.
You're campaigning that styrofoam will dissolve in acid. And you're doing it very successfully.
Well, and I think the problem is that's a very easy thing to test and to verify, whereas most facts are not easy to test.
But so testing testing and verifying is also it's a form of campaigning for the truth.
It's true. Yeah.
For what you believe to be true.
Well, it's less like campaigning for what you believe, but I think it's more useful to, especially for like the scientific method. It's less a campaign and more just like a form of discovery. Is like, because you can campaign on like truths that are a lot more very difficult or impossible to test. But
what do you do outside of what do you do with your life, Scott?
I am in law school.
You're in law school?
Yes.
Okay, so this is your bread and butter is arguing facts and truth.
It sure is.
And what's are you in law school at NYU?
I sure am.
Grad or undergrad?
Grad.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
What's that like?
Oh, it's fun. It sure is a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's yeah. You go to undergrad and you think you work hard, and then you go to law school and you're like, wow, okay, now I know what working hard looks like.
What do you do for fun when the books are away and you're?
I come out here. I
Yeah?
love this park.
It's a great park.
It's an amazing park. I love that there's just like jazz. I can come out and listen whenever I want.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. Now, law is an interesting. I hate that I'm going back to this, but it's just this is where I'm being brought to.
Mm-hmm.
Law is much more subjective.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Like I could argue that murder should be legal.
Yeah.
And that's my vote.
Oh yeah.
You know, but
Yeah.
there's no objective fact as to whether or not murder is wrong.
Yeah, well, and you can even argue, like, you can look at a statute, and you can essentially argue that statute says whatever you want it to say.
Yeah.
And courts will try to be like, yeah, we're starting with the text. But even if, like, even somebody who's saying, like, oh, yeah, this is based in the text,
Yeah.
a lot of the time, they're arguing what they want the text to
Does
mean.
that make you feel uncomfortable? Like, all right, you know what? Here's the thing. I'm mainly trolling when I'm saying that reality is. I'm 50% trolling when I say that reality is. Trolling doesn't mean I don't believe, but whatever. You know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
But doesn't it make you a little uncomfortable to know that like laws and these institutions or whatever, there's no like glue. There's no glue to them in the same way that there's dependable glue to the fact that styrofoam will melt in acid.
Yeah.
Does that make you uncomfortable?
It's
all just consensus
It's
and
scary
people
because
and fleshy
like
bodies.
yeah, it's fragile. It's
fragile.
Like, yeah, it is people. It's just ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we as people are pretty good at maintaining these institutions and these ideas
Yeah.
in a lot of situations. But
Yeah.
I mean, we can see now like these things are fragile.
Yeah. You can just. What if it wasn't your way to becoming the president?
Yeah. The administrative state is a fun thing to be watching at the moment. Feeling particularly fragile, but
What do you do when you're not? Well, like, so you just come to the park.
come
Do
to the
you
park.
have?
I like to sing.
You like to sing?
Yeah.
What do you sing?
I'm in like the law school a cappella group.
You're in the law school a cappella
which is like
group.
an undergrad a cappella group, but you know, we don't have the time that the undergrad groups do. But
That's
we do
cool.
our best.
Do you read a lot of books?
I read some books. I'm reading House of Leaves at the moment.
Oh, why do I know what that is? What is that about?
It's
I think
like
someone
a
gave
weird.
that to me
It's like a
once.
haunted house book,
Okay.
kind of. It's also like a satire on academia. It's insane to try to read it. There's footnotes and footnotes and footnotes. There's text going in all different directions at certain points.
Yeah.
It's a journey, but it's fun.
Have you ever gone insane, or do you feel like you've been
I've
pretty
gone
attached
insane.
to reality?
I
for
think
your
I've
whole
been
life?
pretty attached to reality.
What do you think? What do you
fortunately.
think keeps you there?
I think I've just been lucky. I think in a lot of cases.
Sure.
Not a lot like really horrible has happened to me, which I feel like just luck.
Nothing horrible's ever happened to you.
Yeah, nothing real bad.
Do you ever feel like I'm not. Well, do you ever feel like if something horrible's ever happened to you, you ever like that in and of itself? You're kind of like, I'm waiting for the shoe to drop.
Oh, 100% I'm waiting for the
because
shoe to drop.
in New York City, you walk around and every day you see people who are like horrible things have clearly happened to this person.
Yeah.
Why not? Why are they happening to this person and not me?
Yeah.
You
Oh,
know?
yeah. I feel that way all the time. I'm
And
like,
you're
when
like,
will the
what?
other
You
shoe
gotta
drop?
wait. It's like, and part of you like, part of your brain goes like, I'm not getting out of this alive.
Yeah.
I'm not getting out of this. Nobody gets out of this perfectly.
Yeah.
So you're a little bit waiting for the shoe to drop.
Oh yeah. It's gonna be something at some point.
Yeah. What do you think? You're gonna get robbed? You're gonna get beheaded?
Ooh, what do I think it's gonna be? No, I think it's gonna be like a.
You
it's gonna
would.
be
I feel
a-
like you would make a great like ISIS hostage.
I feel like I've had nightmares about like getting kidnapped, and it's always very amicable.
like
it's like I
you
get-
convince them
it's
that you're
always-
like a cool guy and they
Yeah,
should let
well,
you
it's
go.
like we just end up like having a conversation in the back of the truck as we're like they're taking me to the location, but we're just talking. It's amicable in the sense of like I'm not like happy with where I'm at, but it's also like I'm not like screaming, crying. They're not beating me up. Like it's just.
Is
like,
that how you
we
think?
both
Is
know
that
what's
how you
happening.
think it would go down?
I think that's probably how it would go down. I think I'd be nervous, but at a certain point, like once I've accepted that there's nothing I can do to get out of the situation, it's like, well, I mean, I don't know what they're doing with me, but I guess I'll just chat with them.
Yeah.
I gotta make the best of the situation that I'm in.
We all have that fantasy of like if I were like being held at gunpoint, I could just look at the guy and be like, "Hey, man, what's this really about?"
Oh yeah,
You
like
know?
walking.
I've totally have that fantasy that like I used to have a fantasy where like someone would like hold me at gunpoint, right? And to get out of it, I would just take off all my clothes and start spinning around and going, and then they would be like, "This guy's crazy. Let's just go."
Yeah, no,
I don't know if that's how that would go down though.
I also have that instinct of like, yeah, I just have to out crazy whoever is like trying to mug me on the street.
Could you really do that?
I think I probably could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you do? How would you go crazy?
I think. Well, I'd probably just start moving weird. I'd be making bird noises. I'd be getting up in their face.
Okay.
Yeah.
But like fight or flight response. You feel like you could do that?
That's the thing. I think because this has kind of happened to me. There was one time I was in a Walmart waiting for like an oil change, and I realized that I was being followed around by this guy. Like he had been following me around the store for like 15 minutes. I just started walking in circles and realized that he was following me.
Yeah.
And I was thinking in my head the whole time, like, what am I gonna do to this guy? And I went out to like one of the like wider like open areas with more people.
Okay.
And as I was thinking about it, he eventually like, walked away, and I was like, okay, is he gone? And then he walked away and he was gone. But I was coming up with a plan. I had the wherewithal. I was horrified, but I had the wherewithal to be like, what am I going to do to
this guy was here's the thing. How long? Maybe you guys just both like Doritos. How do you know that he was following
this
you?
This was 15 minutes of me walking in a circle and him being like about as close as we are now behind me.
Why did you talk? Wait, here's the thing. It's like you're telling me if you were kidnapped by ISIS, you talked to that. Why didn't you talk to this guy? Like you had no instinct to turn around and be like,
well,
hey, what's up, man?
I didn't want to be like, hey, what's up, man?
Or at least turn around.
Yeah.
Make a friend.
He didn't look like a friend to me. He was kind of he
gave
me
like
scary
a friend
vibes
at first. Then
Yeah.
you talk to him and.
But also, if somebody's gonna like follow me around in a Walmart real close, I'm
You don't wanna
like,
be friends
this
with
man
that
wants
guy.
to like, this man's trying to take me. I'm pretty small, but like, I don't know. I was like, if I'm gonna do something, this needs to be a defense mechanism.
There's a little bit of relief to being taken. Don't you think? You don't have to make decisions anymore.
That's true. Yeah, I would have in a sense fewer problems in quantity. Yeah.
You weirdly have fewer problems in captivity. than in
it
freedom,
might be
yeah.
a bigger problem, but it is certainly fewer. Yeah.
Well, I hope you don't get kidnapped by ISIS.
I hope I don't get kidnapped by
I
ISIS
hope
either.
that you die at a very old age.
Me too.
As a lawyer. And I
living it
kind of
up.
my gut ain't worth much, but I really think that you will continue to live a life where nothing horrible happens to you. I might have
that'd be
jinxed it just
great.
now, but we'll see.
As I'm walking over, I'll just get like, I don't know, like 10 birds are gonna poop on me at the same time, and that'll be the luck.
If that's the most horrible thing that ever happens to you in your life,
true.
that would be awesome.
I will take that. I'll take that right now if that's the worst.
Scott, anything else you want to say to the people at the computer before we go?
I don't know. Enjoy yourself. Have a good time. Go outside. Woo.
That was Scott. Thank you, Scott.
Yeah,
Take
nice
care,
talking to
brother.
you.
I'll see you. I'll see
you on
you
the
in
other side.
court. I don't know why I said that. That wasn't that funny. All right, bye, Scott. Hi there. What is your name?
I'm Anna.
Anna. Nice to meet you. What's up? How's it going?
It's good. Enjoy
I like
the
your
weather.
hat.
Thank you. I like your gecko look.
Thanks, Doug. What's been the most persistent thought on your mind lately?
I'm in school right now, and I just left a class about sex, gender, and justice.
Okay.
So I've been reading a lot about intersectional feminist theory. So I've been thinking a lot about that.
Okay, exciting stuff. All right, intersexual. Say that again.
Intersectional feminist theory.
Intersectional gender feminist. What's the main idea? Give us the gist.
It's kind of looking at like structures of power that have been historically been put in place and how
Sure.
they benefit men, like the patriarchy or like
Sure,
white
yeah.
supremacy.
Yeah.
So the intersection side of it is looking at like race, gender, like class.
Sure.
And the feminist side of it is bringing more like acknowledgement to like the position of subjugation that like woman and the idea, like how we even understand and define what a woman is, has been
Sure.
developed in society.
Sure. And that is the thing. Like, it's an open idea of like what is a woman.
Yeah.
Which it kind of go. I don't know if you listen to me rant, but
Sometimes.
it is. I was just ranting about
I didn't
reality.
hear
No,
before.
I was just ranting about reality being a democracy.
Yeah.
And that idea.
I agree. Yeah.
Because like what's a roll of paper towels? You know.
Exactly. It's just whatever we assign.
It's whatever
to
we
it.
assign to it.
It's so. Yeah.
But I don't know. Some people are like,
Subjective.
facts are facts, and fucking styrofoam dissolves in acid, and but I don't know. I don't know shit. What do you?
I think you do know shit.
What do you? Was this what you study?
So I did behavioral neuroscience and anthropology before, and I'm
Okay,
doing
cool.
forensic psychology now.
Okay, what's going on in forensic psychology?
I'm very interested in kind of like how it intersects with culture and how we define like what is considered abnormal behavior, what is considered criminal behavior,
Sure.
and how just subjective all of this is. It's just like
I
made up
was
stuff.
just talking about whether or not murder should be legal.
Ooh, that's a good question.
Do you think it should be legal?
In what sense? I feel like everything's very context dependent. I feel like some people define abortion as murder, and I would
okay.
disagree with that.
All right, you see that guy over there? If I should not have pointed at a specific person.
Yes, that guy.
But if I pointed at a guy and I was like, I don't like that guy, I'm gonna go kill him.
Yeah.
Like, you shouldn't be able to do that.
I don't think so, because you can just walk away. You cannot interact with that guy without having to kill him.
Wait, that's why?
I
feel
think
like
that's
you shouldn't
a
be
part
able to
of
do it
that.
because it's. This guy seems like a nice guy. I don't want to kill him.
He looks really
He's
nice.
smiling. I feel bad that I pointed at him and said I wanted to kill him, but it's not true. I don't want to kill him. But if I did, I should go to jail, right? If I kill a guy.
I
for
think
just
you
saying I wanted to kill
probably
him?
should go through some transformative justice process more than jail, because I feel like just going to jail is not really going to change the impulse you had to kill him in the first place. So once you come out of jail, you might as well just do the same thing.
Sure, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay, let's say there's a guy and he's like, see that guy over there? I'm gonna kill him with a knife.
Okay.
I'm gonna stab him over and over again. This guy, only because just for no reason, just for fun,
Just to see what it feels
just
like.
for just to see what it feels like.
Yeah, it's for the sake of it.
Okay, so then from your belief, how do we get? What should happen to that guy? Should we punish him because he killed a guy, or should we get him to a point where he didn't want to kill guys anymore?
I think
and
we should
then-
talk to him and figure out what made him want to kill someone,
Yeah.
and kind of like understand why do we find life so valuable? Why do we find death so ominous and so like
Sure.
taboo?
Sure.
And then like go from there, like see what his impulses are, and like it's probably something underlying more about himself more than so much about the guy he ended up killing.
Right, we got to figure that out.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think it is that makes people want to kill people for no reason?
I think for some people it's like feeling control. I feel like a lot of people feel very just like subjects of society, and like kind of like things are imposed onto us. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
a claim of like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm just radically gonna do something, and like it's gonna have consequences, but I did it. It doesn't matter what the consequences
That's why people
are.
like light fires and shoot.
Yeah,
people
just
and
to
shit.
feel in
Yeah.
control. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, because it is like, right. Because let's say you want to change the world.
Yeah.
Like to change the world pro-socially is like way more effort
Agreed.
than to change the world anti-socially,
Yeah.
because it's like the actual process of like killing someone or lighting a building on fire is easier than like writing a
Sitting down and processing how you feel about it.
sitting down like it's way easier than like writing a sonnet.
Yeah. It's easier
Oh,
to
maybe
just be
it's
impulsive.
easier than writing like a good sonnet, I
True.
guess.
Yeah, I guess
Maybe
it could
I don't
be a
know.
shitty
I don't know
sonnet.
if what I said is actually true at all.
I think so. I think it makes sense.
Like what's harder? Like paint. Like I'm talking like in a. All right. Like if you were put in a white room.
Yeah.
With nothing in it.
Yeah.
And there was a paintbrush and an easel, and a knife and a guy with a stupid face. And it was like, all right, to get out of the room, you have to either kill the guy with the stupid face or paint a beautiful painting.
I guess
it's like, again, process-wise easier to kill the guy with the stupid face.
And it's more easy to agree that, like, when he's dead, it's easy to agree that he's dead. How do you define if that's a beautiful piece of art?
The consensus that this guy is dead is easier than the consensus that the painting is beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
What would you do in that case?
What would I do?
Yeah.
Oh, I would kill the guy and then make a beautiful painting with his blood.
Ooh.
I don't know why I said that, but yeah, there we go. Someone, yes, clap for that. Yes, that's a great thing to say that people should clap for. What would you do? What would you do?
How about stab myself?
Yeah, I guess you could do that. That's good. That's you know what? That is the easiest option, I guess, is to just kill yourself. But
not have to deal with it.
Yeah, then you don't have to deal with it. I mean, that's the easiest solution process-wise to anything.
Yeah.
You know, that's way easier than giving up's way harder than the giving up's easier than trying.
Yeah.
I was about to quote I think that's a Kanye bar. Giving up's way harder than trying. But it's not. That's
not.
Wrong.
Yeah,
that's
he's
wrong. That's one of many wrong things.
I mean, there's some thoughts that like argue that suicide is kind of like holding on to hope. That like some people kill themselves hoping that it's gonna be better, and it's nothing. It's not better.
I
it's
feel
not
like
worse.
suicide's not holding on to hope, right?
I also think it's not holding on to hope, but I've read
just staying alive is holding on to hope.
Yeah, but I know like Albert Camus like talks about like suicide in like very like the same terms as like hope. It's like people like hope that there's like the only way they see change possible is by ending their lives and hoping that like we don't know what happens after life, so like it's kind of like taking a gamble.
Yeah, yeah. But also you don't. Well, that's the thing is you're gonna find out at one point or another.
Will we?
Yeah, you find out.
Okay.
Because you die, and then you find out.
But you're not conscious, so are you finding out what happens if you're not conscious?
Oh fuck, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People around you find out. We know what death is because people around us die.
Well, people around you find out what happens when you die, which is that there's a funeral and maybe it's catered and there's something. This is a charcuterie board. And
very expensive.
Yeah. What do you want for your funeral? Do you want do you want to be like put in a jar? Or
I want to be given to nature. I want like trees to eat me and like become food for the environment.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Somewhere in the tropics.
What's your name again?
Anna.
Anna. Why should people live, Anna?
Oh, that's a heavy question.
Yeah, it's just, sorry, that's a lot to put on you.
Oh.
But I'm just curious. I don't. You don't need to have an answer, but I'm just curious what you think because you've studied this field.
We don't really choose to become alive.
Yeah.
It's an unconsensual choice that is put onto us.
Yeah.
Might as well just try it out and see what it feels like.
Yeah, sure.
And play with it because we don't really have an option around it. And then if you tune out of it, I'm not super anti-suicide. I don't know, controversial.
Oh man. Yeah. Well, look. All right, I'll bounce it out. I think give it a shot.
Give it a shot.
Here's the thing. I can think of, cause like, there's a ball. A ball almost rolled it. That's my worst fear. That's my worst fear of all time.
Why?
That would be my 13th reason why. Is my worst fear of all time is that like I'm near like a playground or whatever, and there's a bunch of like cool.
Like you have to throw it back.
And the ball comes near me, and I have to like kick it back.
Oh, pressure's
I'm
on
so
you.
afraid that I'm gonna kick it the wrong way, and then I have to go into the woods and get it.
I've seen someone do that, and they like kicked it into a tree, and they ruined the day for the rest of the people playing that night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a situation in which I'm also totally not anti-suicide.
It's context dependent.
Yeah, context dependent. But no, here's my argument. Is there's so many different things you could try before you do that. I mean, knitting.
Exactly.
You know.
Or like disappearing and start a new life somewhere else.
Right.
Like, might as well try that.
You might as well try. That's the thing. Is there's so many different things to try. Your brain only has access to the reality that it's experienced thus far.
Yeah.
So you might as well try some new shit.
Yeah.
And there's infinite. That's the thing is you could do there's infinite things to try until you turn 80 or whatever the age is. So just keep infinitely trying, and you might. I'll take a maybe over a no.
Exactly.
You
Yeah,
know?
you never know.
So
and there's so many options.
choosing-
Might as well just see what happens.
Yeah, you just keep choosing maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. I like that.
Just keep choosing maybe. What'd you eat today? Anything? I don't know why. I have this problem. I think it started since I've been doing this podcast.
Yeah.
Of like I just have to turn every fucking conversation into some esoteric, whatever the fuck thing. I was I was around these group of guys. I've told this story on this podcast probably before, but I was around these group of guys, and they were eating a sandwich, and one of them starts crushing chips into the sandwich.
Okay, yeah.
And then they start talking about how awesome it is to crush chips on a sandwich.
What's your take on that?
It's all I love it, and I was like, why? And I was like,
agree.
why can't why? I want to have more conversations like this.
I agree.
Everyone's always, you know, those people on dating apps where they're like, I only have deep conversations.
Yeah, what is that
And I'm like,
supposed
that
to
sounds
mean?
like hell.
Yeah.
That sucks.
It sounds crazy.
Yeah, sometimes you want to just talk
Like, it's
about
about simple
yeah.
pleasures.
Right, yeah.
That's what we can all agree on easily.
Yeah. You want to talk about something? We've been getting too into the weeds. You want to talk about something normal?
Yeah, like what?
You watch anything good on TV lately?
I started watching the new season of White Lotus recently.
Oh, okay. I don't know that one.
Okay. It's okay. Have you seen you've never heard of the show?
No, I haven't seen it.
Okay, I recommend. The first 2 seasons are really good. The third
Okay.
one, I'm still waiting for it to kind of like,
Okay.
yeah, get better.
All right, I'll check it out.
Yeah, I like it. What about you? What do you like to watch?
I don't really watch a lot of TV.
Okay. Do you read?
No, not really.
What do you do?
We'll look at YouTube videos.
Nice. What type of YouTube videos?
Stuff like how to make $30,000 from home with Amazon dropshipping.
Nice.
Yeah.
Has it worked for you?
No, I just watched the first 2 minutes of it, and then I go look at like gameplay from a GameCube for gameplay from the Rugrats GameCube game that I played
Fair.
when I was a kid.
Nice. Hell yeah. I was looking at tickets for my spring break's coming up, and I want to figure out what I can do.
Oh yeah, what are
I'm
you gonna
from
do?
Colombia. I want to go back to Colombia, but tickets are so expensive.
Where in Colombia are you from?
I was born in Bogota, but grew up in Medellin.
My cousin's going to Bogota.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he's gonna
For the first time?
Yeah, for the first time.
Okay, cute.
Any tips for my cousin?
Don't walk around with your phone out.
Okay.
Bogota is more like the New York. Like the Colombia version of New York is very chaotic, is very busy.
Okay.
It's not like super like tourist friendly as much as other cities.
Mm-hmm.
I would say don't judge Colombia based off Bogota. I love Bogota, but it's not like flowers and tropics. That's more like Medellin or the coast.
Okay.
But there's a lot of museums and cultural stuff. A lot of street art is really cool. The
Well,
food
how's
is
the food?
incredible.
I was
The
gonna-
food
okay,
is
how's the
bomb.
food?
Yeah, incredible.
What's Colombian food? Like what's?
It changes by city, by region, because we have a lot of like mountains, so altitude. We have a lot of like different veggies that grow.
Cool.
In Bogota, the main dish is called ajiaco. It's like a potato-based soup with chicken, and it's so good.
That sounds really
It's
good.
so yummy. I'm vegan now, but I'm still like.
Are you
Colombian
vegan
food's so
because
good.
like it's like for ethics reasons or your stomach hurts?
For ethics, I've been vegan for 10 years now.
Oh, pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good. I'm also this is another rant I've got. I have like 3 rants that I go on, and this is one of them. Is like I logically understand that it's unethical to kill animals and eat them,
Yeah,
but I do it anyway.
that's fair. I feel
Yeah.
like I am more comfortable with people that understand that and make that choice, and then like you're making a moral choice of your
Yeah.
own decision autonomy,
Yeah.
rather than like pretending like it's not, like you're not eating.
Oh no!
Like,
There's no
living
there's
beings.
we could be fine. We
Yeah.
kill lots of chickens for no
Yeah.
reason.
And I have more a problem not so much with consuming meat, but with the like how it's massively produced now. Like I don't have a problem if it's like a local, like indigenous person, or like you have your own
Yeah,
farm
sure.
and you like I don't really mind that.
But no, I'm like when Tyson dinosaur chicken nuggets. You're not.
Yeah.
You're like that's a little too much.
Yeah.
It's a little too much. I will admit it is fucked up.
We've gone too
All right,
far.
it's fucked up to kill an animal and then make it into the
it's the
shape
shape of an
another animal.
It's like you're laughing at it. What are we doing?
Yeah, we're trolling chicken. We're
100%.
We're big trolling chickens. But
Yeah.
you know what? Maybe you shouldn't have been a chicken. Maybe you should have been something cooler, like a guy with a skateboard.
Like a gecko.
Yeah. Anna, thanks for talking to me.
Yeah,
Is there
thanks
anything
for
else you
talking
want
to
to
you
say
too.
to the people of the computer?
Not much. I'm about to eat some food. I'm so hungry. But it was nice
I'm
talking
hungry
to you.
too. You made me hungry for dinosaur chicken nuggets.
Nice. Good.
Well, I'll see you around the
Very good for
universe,
my
Anna. Good
veganism.
luck.
Yeah, you too. Bye.
Later, dude. Wow. Folks, this has been Being a Gecko on the Street. This was good. I'm going to keep doing more of these. I haven't done one of these in like 9 or 10 months or something. I forgot how much fun it is to talk to people in real life instead of in a room. I'm still going to talk to people alone in a dark room. Don't worry. I'll still be doing that. But I might start trying to do this once a week or every other week or something like that. So stay tuned. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit subscribe on YouTube or hit whatever on a podcast thing. Thanks for if you're listening to the, let me just from experience, if you're listening to this and you're in your underwear in your house alone and you're going crazy, just put on pants and go outside and you'll be like, all right, that was half the battle. Okay, thanks for being here with me on this journey. I'm a Gecko. I'm insane. And get off the computer. Okay, bye everyone. Goodbye. See you later. Bye.